walking by faith and not by sight is very important. It's a game changer. And when you learn to do that, you become unstoppable, because it's like you're not judging circumstance on things that you can see or the way that you feel, but you're understanding that God is in control and he can change anything at any time, you know? And when you actually understand, like comprehend that God is in control, even though you wake up and you feel like you're in control because you're living life how you want to live. And you know, everybody wakes up, they do what they want, they live how they like, how they want to live. Maybe not everybody, but the majority. But when you're somebody that actually understands that, okay, this is happening in my life, I'm not happy with this, but I'm going to give it to God. God can change it. That's when you become unstoppable. And that is the true success. It's definitely a part, it's going to be a part of, you know, the game changer. You know, like when your life changes for the better, that is a part of the process, walking by faith and not by sight. Now, previously, I was in a very bad housing situation. I wasn't happy, and I wasn't feeling good, you know. And it's like there's different things in life that can get us down, but when it comes to our housing and where we live, where we lay our head at night, and a place that's meant to be our safe haven, when we're not happy there, it can really have a detrimental effect on our lives on a daily basis. And that was me. I was really feeling down. I just wasn't happy. I wasn't comfortable. And I'm a person where I love luxury. I love feeling comfortable. I love having my stuff. I love having myself together, you know? So I remember I had this housing manager. Her name was Maria, and she was just very negative. She was so negative. Like, I always used to ask questions. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? When do you think I'll be out of here? Whatever. She was just negative. Like, she was always giving time frames that are, sorry, my hair's irritating me. But she was always giving time frames like, it's impossible. Like, you're not gonna come out of this situation. You're gonna be here for minimum 2 to 4 years, maybe even 10. You never know. Other families this, someone else that. Always comparing my situation to other people and other families. And a lot of the time, when people tell us things, we can get disheartened based on what they're saying, especially if they are qualified in what they do, such as a health professional, GP, nurse, dentist, who, like, whatever the situation is. But at times we can get disheartened because we're listening to what other people are saying, and we are not placing our faith in God and understanding that actually God can change the situation. God can get me out of here or out of this. So that's that was that's why I'm doing this video, you know, to uplift you and to help you. I know that there's a lot of people out there that's going through this and different scenarios, different situations in their life. So as I said, you know, my housing manager, she was very negative, always telling me what I can and can't do. And I just decided to independently seek God. That was the first time where I really clamped down and started to read my word, pray, fast. And I just took it a day at a time and done what I can, because it's just like it's what I can do at the time, you know. Some, you know, with fasting, when people think about it, they'll think that it has to be long, it has to be this, it has to be that. You just do what you can at the time. Do how many hours you can, and then you build it up from there. You will eventually get better. But yeah, I just decided to independently seek and build my relationship with him, because I've always been told by my grandparents and parents that my first call, the first person, or the first thing that I should turn to is God, in life in general, and even when things are going bad. Not people, because people do people things, and people have human abilities. They're just not good. They're not supernatural. So I took that advice. I felt like I was at rock bottom, and that's when I decided to seek him. And everything, I'm telling you, everything that I prayed for, I got. Everything that I prayed for, I got. Like, he came through for me, and that is a miracle that I would never forget. And it's a testimony of my life, and it's proof that God, if God can move for me, he can move for you. And that was just, God's time is perfect timing, you know, because we can pray for something for 10 years, 20 years, and we think, why is it not coming to pass? But we have to understand that God's timing is perfect timing. Because I'm going to give you a prime example. 2 days before I had to move out, a sign went up and it said, the car park is closing on this day. And at the time I was driving my first car. I still drive now, but it was my first car. And I really need my car. I love my car. It's an essential. Plus I'm a mum. I need to get around, and that's that. So I remember I was just so, even though I was so excited to move, but I was overwhelmed because of the moving process and the shopping for flooring and this and that. And I was just doing it all. I was so shocked by the sign that went up. And I thought, this is God. God is helping me. Like, wow. I was just so shocked because it's like, I was praying for so long, like, please, God, get me out of here. Just help me, intervene. Give me a divine intervention. Help me. And I remember it just felt long. You know, sometimes you just really want something to come to pass and you're just waiting forever. So it just felt so long, like God wasn't listening to me. And then when that sign went up, I just knew it was a part of the miracle. And it just reinforced to me even more that God's timing is perfect. Because getting straight to the point, if I didn't move at that time, I would have had to get rid of my car. I would have had to get rid of my car because they're closing the car. They shut it down, the car park. Where would I have parked my car? It's just impossible. Plus the area was terrible with parking. Like I remember at the time I lived near a station, and just in general, there was no parking there. So it's just like, God's timing is perfect. Let me just leave it there and just understand that God can change your life and everything for you within seconds. If he can do it for me, he can do it for you. Don't worry about what other people say. You know, it doesn't matter how credible they may seem or how they're professional, how long they've been working in there. Some people are told the worst news of their life, like they have a terminal illness, or sometimes people are told things where they feel like, oh, there's no way out of this, like they're gonna die or this and that's gonna happen. And they focus on the bad news and their worry and their anxiety grows. But they don't understand the power of God and that he can just switch things around. So I'm just going to end the video by saying that God can change everything for you. I'm still a work in progress. Like, I'm not perfect. My journey is my journey. I know I will be where I need to be in time with God and stuff like that, and just being more, following him more, should I say, because I was going to say more religious, but no, not more religious, more just following God more. I will get there when it's time to get there. But even though I'm not perfect, the power of God is real. So don't ever forget that. Please subscribe, like, and share. Bye.